Good morning, everybody. Oh, had a brief pause there. Hope everybody's doing well today. And if, um, hmm, let's see what's going on here today. I guess we're good. I hope you watched the bold predictions. There is just a couple things I really did not have time to dissect it because we had a contracts class yesterday, which was really awesome, by the way. It's a fantastic class because we've got the disclosure guide, which is becoming more and more important as time goes on with people getting out of their contracts at the last minute, people having to split the earnest money, just a lot. I mean, there's a lot of things that if you take this class, you can learn. And it was awesome. We had almost a full house. So we will do it again because you have to have 2 contracts classes from now on since October 1st. And Jimmy has outdone himself on this one. He has done a lot of research, and I did my part, but I do a small percentage of what Jimmy does. Anyway, I highly recommend the class, and we may do it again in February. I think I have to check the schedule. I think the January schedule's out. I don't know if the February schedule out yet. Anyway, December 14th. I think I'm going to take a half a day off today. I think I've been running on empty a little bit too long. So I didn't do all the stats because I just wanted to make this short and sweet today. And I want to show you another video about Facebook. But anyway, I just wonder what everybody thinks. Do you feel the market slowed down? I mean, if you look at last year, let's see, what did I figure? We ended up the year with about 132 sales per day for December. So far, a month to date, it was 128 last year. Now we're at 120, but I feel it's slowing down. And I guess last year was so fast. It was so fast and so good that we got a little spoiled, which is what I want to say today, that if you listen to the bold predictions, and again, I'm going to dissect it and probably do a little PowerPoint about it. I think it's that important. And plus, Brian's going to share some other free information with me. So anyway, gosh, I'm off. I'm out of sorts today. Dr. Young says he was glad that the Federal Reserve chairman wasn't exchanged for a new one. So he can kind of predict that if interest rates are at 3 today, by this time next year, they'll be at 3.7. Now that is not a big change. It's almost 1%. And depending on people's credit scores and so on, it may end up being 4% for them. So I think that coupled with, the inventory issue, that's something that it's going to continue if we don't get more listings. And yesterday in class, one of my, of course, I'm always saying to farm, get your own business, don't buy leads, get your own business, farm, and get listings. People are moving here, and there will always be buyers. You don't need to farm for buyers here. I mean, right, 5.5 people move here every hour. I don't see that changing. So if we don't get out there and farm, we're going to have issues. I mean, we have to, especially you get used to making this kind of money that y'all are making. And once you start changing your lifestyle based on your income, it's hard to go backwards. It's hard to go backwards. So your mindset needs to be that the market may get a little tougher, and you may have to work a little harder to make the income that you want to make or build your database like you want to build it. I think this next year is going to be harder work. I think the market's there, but I think we're going to have to work a little harder, a little differently, perhaps even than we've been working. And I pulled up last year's applied analysis report, and to show that, last year we sold what was the total here? 4,000, almost 4,100 single family homes and condos and townhomes. And that was an increase of 26%, an average of 28% over 2019. So last year we really zoomed up in for many reasons. Of course, the interest rates. Of course, the millennials, the age they're turning, and they people are having more babies. You know what we tell everybody. What the NAR report says that it's not the weddings that you should be looking at for perhaps people to buy houses. When someone has a baby, that's normally when someone will get a bigger house. Not the second child, but the first child. And there is a baby register. So anyway, just letting you know that the prediction is that the millennials are now at the age where they're going to have their babies. And it's going to keep our market really, really brisk. Let's use that word, brisk. I mean, we're selling the average home stays on the market, maybe 20, 30 days. And something interesting that I think what Brian said yesterday, that in San Diego, he lives in a very wealthy neighborhood, and someone would put a house on the market and it would stay there 6 months. Now it stays there 4 weeks. So there's no indication that the trend is going to change. Buyers are going to buy houses. I know there's people out there preaching, doom and gloom. But they don't have anything to back it up. And Jimmy and I are looking into this particular demographic person because he looks at history to project the future. And so we're going to do a deep dive into that. And we'll have a show about that, hopefully before the end of the year, but we'll see. Because I think that's very interesting. So it looks like we're having a slower December than we did last year, but it's not over yet, is it? So we'll see how it pans out. A lot of people want to, make an offer now to move in January. So we'll see. I want to share something with you today. Let me hide this. Let me see if I was able to get, I belong to a private face.
In 2022 Facebook Live webinar free stream coming up pretty quick here in December, and I just wanted to get a sense of what kind of things you would love me to cover. So what things are you feeling stuck with on Facebook? What's working, what's not working? And as we get ready to prepare for this next year coming, I really wanted to do kind of a state of the union, Facebook marketing, what marketers need to know for 2022, predictions, trends, where to focus, Instagram as well, the whole Meta family, what's the metaverse, you need to be thinking about that right now, so on and so forth. Reels, we've got groups, what's the focus there, paid events, paid subscriptions, groups with their subgroups, free and paid subgroups are coming. So I'd love to just put that out to you. Let me know what you're really needing some support with, and I will build that in to the training. So it's going to be a free training. bear with me. I'm going to get you the details. I've got to pick the date and the time, and we'll put it out there, and we'll lead it live. We'll do it via Facebook Live, a POE, paid online event. Oh, but it won't be paid. I'm doing it for free. So, but it'll be a Facebook event. Okay, pop below in the comments, just you let me know what support you would most like with your meta marketing. There you go. Somebody should get that domain. Meta marketing. No, but Facebook will come after you. You know they come after you if you have Facebook in the domain. To me a long time ago, like 14 years ago. I had so many domains with Facebook in it. But of course you can't do that now. Anyway, onwards we go. I'm looking forward to connecting with you and closing this year out, the 2021, as strongly as we can, and finishing with a nice, big, strong, uptick in leads and sales and revenue if you can. Oftentimes the holidays are the most lucrative and productive time of year for folks, for businesses, small businesses, local or online. And then, a lot of people kind of get a little more sleepy around the holidays, and it's important for us all to take breaks, right? We definitely want to take breaks. And I'm going to take about 2 weeks off. Yeah, can't wait. But at the same time, what I'm saying is, like, let's not get too sleepy, and let's hit the ground running around January 6th or 7, and after the dust has settled a bit, and the fireworks and whatnot for New Year. And I'm really looking forward to the new year and sharing that journey with you and helping you the best way that I possibly can. And I'm just so grateful for my community in my Facebook group, Social Scoop. I love you all the members, active members in my Social Scoop, as well as the folks here on my Facebook page as well. And some of the other places, Twitter, Instagram for sure. But you can only put yourself in so many places, right? So I'm really looking forward to diving with you. And thanks for all of the great feedback on some of the posts I put out, asking, what social platforms you plan to use more of and which ones you plan to use less of. It's really interesting to see how many of you are going to be using TikTok more and Facebook less. But at the same time, there's many of us like me are going to be using Facebook just about the same amount. And then I did notice that quite a few folks saying they're going to use Twitter less. Now that Jack Dorsey stepped down, let's see if Twitter can follow through on the big lofty vision of doubling the revenue by 2023. So I don't know. Sometimes there's just only so many hours in the day, and I know we can delegate and automate and all that good stuff, but sometimes I just think, gosh, this whole world of social media that we've kind of co-created together over the last 15 years is like, that saying, if a tree falls in a forest, does it make a sound? Sometimes I look at this stuff that we just keep pushing out the door on our social media channels, and reach is low, engagement is low, and all of a sudden, whoa, you hit it out the park and you get a really good one. Or maybe your group's really taken off and your page isn't so much. And so we just almost like a daily or certainly weekly, monthly basis, we're adjusting the dials and the levers and just testing and iterating. It's really all we can do is keep testing and iterating. I do predict, though, that we are going to see an increase in like niche communities, private communities, where we've got the groups for sure. The Facebook group feature is a good one, but I also think we'll see, like Circle and Mighty Networks and even a Slack channel or whatever other competitors there are out there that provide not just like a course platform. I've put a post out about that not long ago. Thanks for all your feedback with that, the different course platforms. But I love a course platform that also has this really wonderful built-in community aspect, which is one of the main reasons we use Facebook, right? So anyway, Mari, that's enough rambling for now, and I will see you again real soon. I can't wait to give you details of this free Facebook 2022, What Marketers Need to Know. It's probably going to be the title. And we'll build it together, and I'll share everything I know to help you to have a really solid 2022. Okie dokie. Take care. Cheers.
So that is Mari Smith. Let me make sure you can hear me. Hold on a minute. Testing. Yeah. Okay, it's working. Anyway, Mari Smith is one of my mentors, and I belong to her private group, and I got to belong to her private group because I paid a lot of money to take her advanced courses, and that's how I got hooked up with the Facebook guru in Australia, Audrey. So yes, I have Mari Smith as a mentor, and she is going to help me push along my my training platforms for next year, and my website business. I look forward to that. That's part of my plans for 2022. And I do have a session with her that came with the class that I took, and I have been waiting until December to take that interview with her or session with her, because I didn't know what this year was really going to bring, for all of us. And it looks like 2022 to me just looks wonderful. Just want to say that. I think it's going to just be a great year, especially for those who farm and who keep in touch. You email, you text, you call, you send a video, you engage, and you send them items of value as well. So you keep items of value, personal notes, emails, and everything doesn't have to be real estate related. And that's why Brian Buffini pushes the 3. Do an email about the market update. I do it once a month. So you could send it once a month. If you have my website, it'll automatically go to your database. And then you should send them a personal note that has nothing to do about real estate. Maybe it has to do about optimism, about empathy. If you use Gary Vee's book, there's 12 and a half quotes in here, because he defines all of his ingredients for success as a quote at the beginning of each chapter. So you could take gratitude and just say, hey, Karen out there, just reaching out to you. I've read this great book, and the first chapter is about gratitude, and then put the quote and say, I'll be touching base with you soon, or something, whatever you say. But I think that's a good thing to do. So personal note, the email about the market, and then a phone call. When we did our Be the CEO of Your Life, we said there's 3 questions people want to know. What's going on with the market? And you can ask them, have you considered refining with these interest rates? Because they're going to go up. Now you've heard Dr. Young, or if you haven't, you need to listen to it. But I'll do a PowerPoint about it. So if you don't get a chance to listen to it, it's an hour and a half long, and I'll condense it down. But anyway, my point is, you might want to refi because, according to yada, 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 Dr. Young, the interest rates are going to go up. And so you might want to refi before that happens. What a great phone call that is. And then, with the pandemic and COVID, have you considered, moving? Is that maybe something you would want to do in 2022? So there's just so much that you can share with people, and we need to start doing it. We need to get out of our comfort zone. Uncomfortable becomes comfortable with practice and action, and that's what you need to do. I love you all. I'm going to let you go. Friday, I'm going to see if I can share my screen and let you all see Mari talk about Facebook and what we need to know in 2022. So hopefully that will be Friday's show. And Mari is a very soft, gentle person. I love her to death. And let's see, tomorrow is Wednesday. I will see you tomorrow. And hopefully I won't be so out of sorts. Just, sometimes the brain just doesn't connect. I don't know. But I love you all. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. And